Hi there guys, Bowlington here, and today I'm going to be doing something a little bit unconventional for me. I normally don't do snapshot coverage, but I figured that I would cover a few points that I feel most other commentators won't, and those are mainly regarding the changes to the launcher itself and what that means for Mac users. So just like any other snapshot review, I will be showing you guys what is actually been added in game, but I will be hopping out of Minecraft briefly to show the rest of you guys that are interested what the changes in the launcher mean. This is Minecraft Snapshot 13W16A, and it adds all of these little fellas over here. It adds horses, and this is a donkey. And is, as of right now, if you take a if you take a donkey and you right click on him with a chest, he will put these little man, come on, stop moving, you're on camera. That's probably why he's doing it. But you will get these chests on the sides. As of right now, you cannot open them, and I have not found a way to take them off of the donkey without killing the donkey. And I'm hoping that that's something that they'll address in the near future. I love the idea that you can put basically saddlebags on a donkey and use them to carry stuff. That is a fantastic idea to me. But on his left, you will see another. This is a full purebred horse, and these are two different styles. You can see kind of on this guy's shoulder, he's got little white dots, the white markings, and this guy doesn't. He's completely brown. This guy has a little bit more bling though, because he is wearing the new thing that has been added, which is horse armor. Which, if you guys played the Elder Scrolls Oblivion, you'll know what horse armor is. Oh god, that's a terrible joke. Moving on, this guy over here is also wearing horse armor, but this horse armor is made out of gold, obviously, and there's one other set that I did not go ahead and craft because it's kind of bland. It's the iron horse armor, which is this guy right here. So these are the three horse armors, and they have their little icons. They're kind of easy to tell that they're horse armor even before you hover over it. It's like, horse armor. Oh yeah, that is horse armor. So it's that kind of reaction to it. And as you can see above here, these are the crafting recipes for the different horse armor. And this one requires iron, which is for the iron set, obviously, diamonds for the diamond, gold for the gold. Each set of horse armor requires 6 of whatever the main ingredient is. So for iron, it'd be 6 iron and then a piece of wool in the middle. For gold, it's 6 gold and then a piece of wool in the middle. And then diamond is the same way. So once you craft that, you get the diamond armor that these guys are wearing. And to put it onto the horse in the first place, you have to tame it. And to tame it, you have to there's one way to tame it, but there's a couple of ways to augment the taming to make it a little bit easier. The first thing is that you can feed the horses. These are the things that he will eat. This is the hay bale that's been added. It currently does not have a name, but you can feed him that, feed him apples, wheat, and sugar. And eventually he will get to the point where he likes you. You just right click on him just like you would taming an ocelot. And oops, I didn't mean to hop on you just yet. But it will increase your chances of taming him if you feed him. And the way that you actually tame him is you hop on it, you go with an empty hand, you right click on the horse, and you will hop on his back, and he will buck you off instantly, pretty much. And what you have to do is you have to basically break the horse. You have to keep riding him, and then he'll buck you off and then get back on, and he'll buck you off and then get back on. And eventually you will see the animation that you are familiar with wolves and pretty much all of the other mobs that you can breed. When you breed them, you see the little heart particle effects come out. That's what happens when you tame your horse. And once you have him tamed, you can get off of him, and you can use the horse saddle, which I don't know what the crafting recipe for the horse saddle is. So but there is a wiki entry for horses now, so you should be able to look it up pretty easily. But once you do that, you get a horse saddle and you right click and put it on his back, and then from there you can right click and you will be on the horse. And I'm trying to think. I don't remember how to get the rope off exactly. There we go. That's how you do it. So once you have the horse, you can W and S is forward and backwards. And then you can also strafe left and right with D and A. And horses can jump 3 blocks high, so when you want them to jump, you hold the jump button and they'll kind of leap like that. Hang on, let me try and get this set up. Come on, horse. There you go. He kind of jumped there. So you can kind of see a little bit of what he's doing. They're still very glitchy, I've found. And while we were talking about this whole thing, oh yeah, dismount is your sneak button, whatever that's bound to. But Morpheus and I were talking about this right before I started recording this, and his horse actually walked into water and drowned itself. So the AI has some work that needs to be done on it, but so far they're functional and they're pretty cool looking, especially the guys in the diamond horse armor. So this thing that I'm holding in my hand is pretty obvious. It's a rope, and the way that you use it is you take your animal, and you can, if you hold it in your hand and you right click on him, he will be lassoed to you, and he will stay close to you. But apparently you can break it by going too far. Apparently this is pretty glitchy too, so this will probably get fixed in the near future, but they will follow you if you do that. If you want to leave them in an area to like stay safe in a stable or something, you can right click a post and you'll get this little thick wood sleeve that goes right there, and it will connect the horse to the post and he will not be able to leave. That horse right there is actually at the end of the boundary, so none of these horses can get farther than that distance on their own individual poles, and that's pretty good because you can I had the thought for maybe on servers you would have like cowboy servers where you'd have Wild West towns and you'd have hitching posts and everyone would have a horse and you can ride through town and do all of that kind of stuff. That would be really cool with a bunch of plugins. But what you can also do while on horseback is you can use items. So let's go ahead and give ourselves a bow and arrow. You can use apparently a splash potion of regeneration works, and I believe there's some other things that you can use, but just for the purposes of demonstration, yes, you can shoot, but it appears that he will put his head in the way of your arrow if you aim down, so be careful when you're shooting arrows from this thing. And the other thing was the potion of regeneration, which you can obviously throw from horseback, which is very nice. So if they actually implement something like lassos that you can lasso either other players or regular mobs, that would be pretty cool, because then you could basically be a cowboy with a horse and a lasso. So just a lot of stuff to think about, and even having these in the base game opens huge doors for modders, so there's going to be some very cool mods that come out as a result of that. So that's pretty much everything about the horses. This is the crafting recipe for rope before I forget. So it's 3 string across, and then there's a rope. It doesn't have a name yet. And then carpet is the next thing I wanted to get to. Carpet can be crafted by either two of every type of wool block, and then you will get 1 piece of carpet. I think that the current recipe is a little bit harsh. Like, that's a lot of wool for, because just think about it. You have this much wool, look how thick they both are, and then it grinds down to that little amount. So I think that it should be upped a little bit, so for each 2 pieces of wool you get 4 or 6 or something like that, because I just think getting only 1 per 2 piece of wool is a little bit harsh. But as you can see, these are all the colors right here, and these have they have an interesting kind of way that they interact. They place down almost like you would. Morpheus likened it to placing vines on horizontal surfaces. It's kind of like that, as you can see right there. I don't have Optifine. I was trying to zoom. This edge right here, they're only 1 pixel tall, so it basically is like carpet. A couple things to note about the carpet: you cannot place chests on top of the carpet. As you can see on the edge right there, there's no carpet underneath the chest. If you try and place down a chest on carpet, it does that. So it basically mimics the behavior of half slabs. So yeah, keep that in mind when planning your rooms out when you start using this stuff. And as you can see, it's really easy to make little designs, and I have this nice little checkerboard pattern over here. It's really easy to place down. It even replaces grass, so you can place it down outside without a problem. Replaces snow. I haven't tried placing it on any horizontal surfaces or anything like that. Oh yeah, well I guess it only works on the ground, but that's pretty much all of the main stuff that has been added in this snapshot. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to jump out of the game, and I'm going to talk a little bit about the launcher itself. So if this is all you guys wanted to see, I will see you next time. Otherwise, stick around. Alright guys, and we are back. As you will see here, we've got a clean desktop to work on. The first thing I want to call attention to is this right here. This is the new disk image that you download if you are a Mac user and you download the snapshot or any of the new snapshots that are coming out. The new launcher for Minecraft is built on Java 6, and when you go ahead and install it, it opens just like any other application in Mac OS X, and you can drag it into your applications and run it that way. So if I go ahead and open it up, you will see that it actually has all of the stuff from the old launcher, but it's got some new stuff over here on the side, just mainly the notice. And it also has... Ooh, there's actually... No, that is the update I was about to say, because that actually just showed up a second ago. When I saw it earlier, that wasn't there. But as you can see, the window looks slightly different on Mac now. So you've got a more even colored menu over here like you do with a lot of other Mac applications. But one thing to note, that when you run a new game, it'll go ahead and it'll open up in basically the built-in console that's here. And the other thing that you'll notice is if you look down here in the dock, when it actually decides to load the world. Okay, so it doesn't want to load the world. That's actually my fault. That's not a bug with the launcher as far as I know. I have a program that allows me to manage my incoming outgoing connections to my computer, and I accidentally hit enter when I was trying to hit enter on a menu in the launcher here when it asked me for a connection, and I accidentally denied it. So I'm thinking that I accidentally denied the link to the download. So this should not be typical. I don't think this is a bug with the launcher. I think it's my fault. But what I was trying to say is that down in your dock, when you have the launcher open and you hit play, when it opens a new world, let's pretend that this other icon from the old launcher is the icon that pops up. So when you hit play and launch the game, an instance of Minecraft will pop up. This is more in line with the way that Spoutcraft and the Technic Launcher work, and I tried to make it so that it would allow me to run more than one instance of Minecraft at the same time, and it didn't like that. It allowed me to glitch it once, but I couldn't do it reliably. So when you open a new game, it will launch in a new instance, and the launcher itself will stay in its own dock icon and stay open. So that's pretty much what I wanted to say, and I need to go figure out what's wrong with my download link. But that's pretty much all that I wanted to say, other than it feels very stable. I have not had it crash in the time that I've been playing it. It does feel slightly different in game. Like there's just the slightest difference between the mouse movement. It feels like it's a little bit more... I don't really know how to describe it. It might just be me, but it feels like the sensitivity has been messed with a little bit, even though my sensitivity is exactly the same. But that's probably me more than anything else, and this is not typical. But that's pretty much where I would like to end it. So I would like to thank you guys for watching and sticking around to the end for this snapshot review. This is Bowlington, signing off.